Okay, so let us all stand and start this day with a prayer. Janella, can you please lead the prayer? Okay, so do not sit yet. We're going to sing a good morning song, okay?
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
How are you?
It's so nice to have you here with me today. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Just fine.
Howdy, how do you do? Hello, good day.
Okay, so before you take your seats, give your seatmates a high five and give your classmates your best smile. Okay, so wow, I can see the happy faces of my students today. So let me check first the attendance. Okay, so if you hear your name called, just say I'm here or just say present. Okay, so great. There's no absent for today. Okay, so before anything else, anyone who can remember what was our lesson yesterday? Aina? Great. So our lesson yesterday is all about punctuation. And now, who can give me an example of punctuation mark? Angelica. Very good. We have period. Mark Joseph. Very good. So we have exclamation point. Lawrence. Okay, very good. We have question mark. So very good. You still remember what was our lesson yesterday. So now, let's proceed to our topic. And before that, let's have an activity. Are you excited? Okay. Okay, so for your activity, I have here a phone conversation of two girls named Erica and Kyla. Okay, so I'm going to divide your class into two groups. First row and then the second row will be the first group, and then the third and fourth row will be the second group. So the first group will read the dialogue of Kyla. The second one will read the dialogue of Erica. Okay? Okay, so thank you so much for your participation in our group activity and really hoping that you enjoy it. Okay, so now, what have you noticed about our activity? Mark Joseph? Very good. So, we are giving a message. What else? Very good. We are reading. Okay? So now, in our activity, we can conclude that in every sentence and in every phrase, we are using an intonation, right? So we are using an intonation so that other people will easily get what we are trying to say, right? Okay, so now, what is the meaning of intonation? Actually, intonation is the music in English. So it says here that intonation describes how the voice falls and rises in speech. Okay, so it means that when we use intonation, we are using our voice by getting it up and down. Everyone, up, down, up, down, up, down. Very good. So let me give you an example. Listen carefully. He bought a car. He bought a car. Once again, he bought a car. He bought a car. Okay, so do they have the same group of words? Yes, they have. But do they have the same meaning? No, they don't have. But how did you say so? Exactly. It's because in how I pronounce it, it's different, right? And that is the importance of intonation. Because of intonation, you're helping other people to understand you better. And because of intonation, you're helping other people to easily get what you're trying to say. The group of words we're trying to say is important. That's why how we say it is also important. Okay? Okay. So now we have of intonation. We have rising intonation and falling intonation. Okay? So rising intonation means this is or it describes how our voices or how the voice rises in speech. Okay? So rising intonation means we raise our voice at the end of the sentence. Okay? So when do we use rising intonation? So we use rising intonation with the questions, or if you want to ask a question that is answerable by yes or no. Okay, so let me give you an example. Are you okay? Is that a question that is answerable by yes or no? Right. Another. Do you understand? Okay, that's another example. What else? May I borrow your pencil? Mom, may I go out? So now, what is falling intonation? Falling intonation describes how the voice falls in speech. Okay, when do we use falling intonation? We use falling intonation when we are giving a statement. Let's say, for example, I have a friend. I have a friend. Okay, another one, if you're giving a command. Okay, and in W questions as well, and even in W questions, we are using a falling intonation. Okay, what are those WH questions? Do you have any idea? Okay, so we have the when, the what, where, and why, and how. So let's say, for example, you're asking, how are you today? So you must fall at the end of the sentence. You're not gonna ask, how are you today? How are you today? It falls, right? How are you today? That's not good. How are you today? How are you today? Okay, so just like what I mentioned, we're using falling intonation for the WH question. Let's say, for example, you're asking my name. What is your What is your name? Okay, so now let's try. So in our activity, all you have to do is to raise your hand if you hear my voice getting up. Okay, and if my voice getting down, you're going to stomp your feet twice. Okay, so once again, if you hear rising intonation, you're going to raise your hand, and if you hear falling intonation, you're going to stamp your feet twice. Okay, okay, so the first one is, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Very good. The second one is, now let's have a quiz. Okay, very good. So all of you got a high score. Keep it up, guys, okay? So now, for your assignment, just give me 5 sentences that has a rising intonation, and give me 5 sentences as well for falling intonation, okay? Okay, so I think that's all for today, and have a great day, and God bless.